going on, everybody? RogersBase here, and today I'm giving my official response to the new One Piece tag that is floating around YouTube and Facebook and Twitter recently, and that is the Pirate Crew tag. I was tagged to make this video by somebody named Tyler Hawk on Twitter, who also tagged Joyboy Theory, Shonen Jump Captain, Sawyer7 Mage, and Tekking 101, so I'm not going to be tagging those people at the end of this video, but I will be tagging some other YouTubers, so watch till the ending because I'm going to be tagging some people to make this video. But basically the idea behind the Pirate Crew tag is this. You are the captain of your own crew in the One Piece world, and you have to choose 12 crew members, 6 fighters, and 6 support characters who you think would best be able to help you become the king of the pirates. There is only one rule here. You cannot choose emperors, so you cannot stack your crew with Kaido and Big Mom and Shanks. You can't do, or Blackbeard or Whitebeard. You can't choose Yonko characters, you can choose anybody else, 6 fighters and 6 support characters. And I saw this and I was like, you know what? This would actually make for a pretty fun video because I was going through in my head, I immediately thought, okay, I'm going to take all the Straw Hats and then a couple of the characters, and I went, wait, no, I'm not going to do that. If we have the option to choose any character from the One Piece world and put them on a crew, I think I'm not just going to choose Straw Hat characters. And also I was thinking about how certain characters are Devil Fruit users and other characters are Hockey users, and you don't want to stack your crew with Devil Fruit users because what happens then if your ship falls, into the sea? You're all dead. You got to have somebody who could save you who is not a Devil Fruit user. So this was actually a lot of fun to put together my choices. I'm going to pull up my choices right now for my 6 fighters and my 6 supports. And then I want you guys in the comments below to write your choices for which 6 fighters and which 6 support characters you would have on your crew. And also, there's one extra little bit to this Pirate Crew tag. You yourself are the captain of the crew, but you also have to give a specialty for yourself. Like, what other role would you play on the crew? And would you or would you not have a Devil Fruit? And if you did, what would that Devil Fruit be? So there's a lot of layers of this tag. I'm going to go through all of these. I'm going to start with what Devil Fruit I would have before actually naming off which crew members I would have. So first and foremost, I've talked about this on a couple other streams recently, but I'll clarify it again here. I think if I was going to have any Devil Fruit power, if it was any made-up power or whatever, I want the brainwash no me. Now, for those of you guys who watch Boku no Hero Academia, you know there is a character who has this power, but if you are not familiar with that, if any of you have watched Jessica Jones, the evil main bad guy in that show, the Purple Man, has the ability to basically say something, and then people have to listen to whatever he says. So if he says, go jump off a cliff, they have to jump off a cliff. It's basically a brainwashing ability, and I think that would be amazingly OP and incredible to have in the One Piece world. That would be my Devil Fruit power, and of course, if I was going to be any other role on the crew outside of being captain, I would probably be the musician. I think it would make a lot of sense for me to be the musician. I don't think I have any other characters on it. Well, actually, no. I'm looking at my list that I made, and I think one of the character or 2 other characters on this list can sing, but we need a musician. And I have other characters on here who I think would be better cooks than me, but I guess I could also be a cook. So I would be like half chef and half musician. That would be my role in the crew outside of being captain. Now, with that being said, let me get into who I would have on my crew. I'm going to start with the fighters, because I think the fighters are a lot more interesting and they were easier to come up with. First and foremost, I would choose Trafalgar Law to be one of the members of my crew and one of the 6 main fighters. Why? Well, 1, he's a doctor. Not only is he an amazing fighter, he's one of the supernovas, he's a character that I love, he's one of my favorite characters in the series, but he is also a doctor. So having him on the crew would immediately fill that niche of having a doctor character. And there's other characters in my crew, specifically in my supports, who I think would be able to help with that and be able to cure certain diseases, and we'll get to that when we get there. But I do think if we were going to have one doctor on the crew, I was going between Law and Chopper, but I just think that Law is the better fighter overall, and I think he would be more versatile, so I'm choosing Law as both my doctor and also one of the 6 main fighters. Now, I'm going to be cheating kind of with the next 2. The next 2 are characters who are not technically emperors, but they're almost that level of power, I feel, and they're extremely strong, and I also think I would get along with these 2 characters, so that's why I'm choosing them on my crew. I am choosing Fujitora and Kizaru. Now, I don't know if Fujitora or Kizaru ever really see eye to eye, but they're both admirals in the Navy. I think I could convince them to become pirates if they saw the other characters that were on my crew. And ultimately, I think Kizaru is just an incredible fighter. He has an amazing ability. Being able to travel at the speed of light, I mean, that is so good. And ultimately, when you're looking at the other admirals like Akainu and Aokiji, I just feel like I would get along better with Kizaru. I think he's kind of a troll, and I would like to have him on my crew. And then Fujitora, I mean, Fujitora is just an absolute monster. He has a gravity devil fruit. He can pull meteors down from the sky, and also he just seems like a genuinely nice guy who wants to do the right thing. Kizaru's kind of lazy. He doesn't really, he doesn't really do anything. He's just sort of like out there and crazy and a troll. He doesn't really do much, So I have to worry about him going up against Fujitora, I don't think. I think Fujitora and Kizaru could get along with each other if they were both on my pirate crew. So, Law, Fujitora, and Kizaru. I have to choose 3 other fighter characters. Now, I was thinking about this for a while. One character that immediately came to mind, who is not a Yonko, but is a Yonko commander and a member of a former Yonko's crew, is Marco the Phoenix. I think just because I play with Marco a lot in One Piece Burning Blood, and I've seen how powerful he is, and even though he went up against Blackbeard and lost during that whole Blackbeard versus the remainder of the Whitebeard Pirates War 2 years ago, I do ultimately think that having Marco on my crew would be an enormous asset, and his Devil Fruit ability is just amazing. So I think of any of the other commander characters, I want to have Marco, but I'm choosing another commander character. I could choose 2 admirals and 2 commanders, why not? The only rule was you couldn't choose emperors, so I could choose literally anybody else. The other character I'm choosing, you guys probably already know who I'm going to choose. I mean, come on. Do you really have to have me say it? Jack the Drought. If I'm choosing any other commander, I was almost going to choose Katakuri from the Whole Cake Island arc, but then I was like, I went against it. I think Jack would be better to have. I'm going to choose Jack as one of my other characters, one of the other fighter characters on my crew. And of course, we're the Mammoth Boys, so I have to choose Jack. But also, I think Jack would just be a really good character to have on your side. The dude is an absolute savage, and I don't want to go up against him. Additionally, he fought Fujitora before, and so I think maybe they could bond over their previous fight or something like that. Jack is an absolute savage. Basically, he would probably be on a ship of his own amongst my fleet. Like, he'd be a member of my crew, but he would just have his own ship and go do his own thing. I just don't want to go up against Jack eventually in the future. I think it'd be better to have him on my side. And my final fighter, I would say, would have to be Eneru. I think Eneru is one of those characters that a lot of people sleep on, but Oda himself even said that if he was on the sea as a pirate and not just like up in the clouds acting like Kami, he would be one of the strongest pirates out there with a bounty that would rival Ace's. So I do think that Eneru would be great to have on my side. I think his Devil Fruit power is just amazing. He has a Logia Lightning Devil Fruit power. Why would you not want that on your crew? And he's also kind of a troll in the same way that Kizaru is a troll. I think it'd be funny to see those characters interact. And so those are my 6 fighters: Law, Fujitora, Kizaru, Jack, Marco, and Eneru. Now, in terms of my 6 support characters, this actually took a lot of time to come up with because I looked at my fighters and I realized, oh my god, all 6 of them have Devil Fruit powers. I need to have some characters on my crew who do not have Devil Fruit powers, who could save us if we are drowning. And the first character I thought of immediately, who I think would also be awesome to have on the crew due to her ability, is Shirahoshi. Shirahoshi is a giant mermaid princess. She's pretty, but she is also Poseidon. She is the ancient weapon Poseidon. Why would you not want to have one of the ancient weapons on your side? And also, she's a mermaid. She could swim, and she's huge. So she could swoop up basically all of us and put us right back on our ship if any of us were to fall, into the water. We wouldn't have to worry about drowning with Shirahoshi on our side. And another character who does not have a Devil Fruit ability, but I think could be very useful due to her ties with the Revolutionary Army and due to the fact she's one of my favorite waifus in the series, is none other than Koala. And Koala also knows Fishman Karate, because I was going back and forth between putting Koala in my crew or putting Jinbei in my crew, and then I realized Jinbei would be better suited as a fighter than a support character, whereas Koala, she could hold her own if she was going to do her Fishman Karate, but I do think she would be good to have on my side as one of those characters who, alongside Shirahoshi, could jump in the water and scoop us all up and save us if need be. And again, she has ties to the Revolutionary Army, and I think it would just be good to have the Revolutionary Army on my side if I was gunning for the title of Pirate King. Now, in addition to Koala and Shirahoshi, I'm going to include a character in my support group that is actually not even a canon character, but I think her Devil Fruit ability is just so crazy I could not have her on my crew, and that is Baccarat from One Piece Film Gold. For those of you who have seen the movie, you know who I'm talking about. For those of you who haven't, she is this really pretty redheaded character who has the Luck Fruit. You heard that correctly, the Luck Fruit, which basically allows her to be lucky. And unless you go up against somebody who is unlucky like Usopp, you are going to have this amazing power to just be lucky. And every shot is going to miss you. And this would also be useful not just in terms of having someone on the crew who was lucky for fighting purposes. I think this would be really useful to have her on my crew for support purposes. Because say, for example, you go onto an island with a casino, or you go to an island where you can gamble. You just basically send Baccarat in there. She gambles. She gets all the berries. You come out clean with all this money, and then you're able to spend that money on, really good food or better supplies or really great weapons. So I think Baccarat would be a great character to have on my side. Additionally, I think in terms of broken Devil Fruit characters, this character would have to be on my crew. Just after the events of Dressrosa, how could you not put this character on your crew? The most broken Devil Fruit in the series, I would argue, Sugar. Sugar has one of the most broken Devil Fruit powers. She can not only turn people into toys and make other people forget that those people even existed, but she doesn't even need to fight to do it. She just touches you, and she makes a verbal contract with you, and she says, okay, you're a toy now. And then suddenly you would have all these other fighters on your side who would listen to your every beck and call. Sugar would absolutely be one of my support characters. Again, she couldn't really fight on her own, but when you've got characters like Fujitora and Kizaru and Jack on your side as fighters, why would you need to worry about having any of the real fighters on your crew, honestly? So, the last two characters that I would have on my crew, one is very obvious, Robin. Of course Robin's going to be in your crew. She could read the poneglyphs, and she's gorgeous. She's Robin. Why would you not want to have Robin in your crew? I feel like Robin is one of the essential characters if you're putting together your ideas for this pirate crew tag. You have to have Robin in there because she's one of the only people left who can read the poneglyphs, because none of the other Wano samurai passed down their knowledge. Momo can't read the poneglyphs, and Kinemon and Kanjuro can't read the poneglyphs. So you've got to choose Robin if you actually want to read the poneglyphs and get to Raftel, which is essential for becoming Pirate King. So Robin's a no-brainer. And then finally, my last choice for my support characters would be Poison Pink Reiju. Because I feel like characters in the One Piece world get poisoned all the time. And there's a lot of characters out there like Magellan and Caesar Clown, and even just the fish roaming in the sea that Luffy accidentally ate a couple episodes ago, that will poison you and kill you if you don't have somebody who can take the venom out of your system. Because Law's a doctor, but he can't just take venom out of your blood. Maybe he'd be able to awaken his power and then go down to the molecular level and take it out of your system, but I'm not going to risk it. I want to have somebody on my crew who can get rid of the venom and get rid of the poison if we're poisoned. Poison Pink Reiju, no brainer. So, my crew in total, the 6 fighters once again are Law, Fujitora, Kizaru, Marco, and Jack and Eneru. And my 6 supports are Koala, Shirahoshi, Baccarat, which I know is a surprise choice. I don't think people are expecting that. Sugar, Robin, and Reiju. But guys, let me know in the comments below who would be on your pirate crew, and if you had a Devil Fruit power and you were the captain of this crew, what Devil Fruit power would you have? And then finally, I gotta tag people for this video. So, who has not already been tagged? I'm gonna tag for Neverworld, because I think he does a pretty good job on these tag videos whenever he does them. I'm gonna tag Sunpatch94, because I like Sunpatch, and I'm interested in seeing her thoughts on who she would want on her crew. If she was a captain, what Devil Fruit power would she have? And then I'm also going to choose, I have to tag one other person who I'm going to tag. I'm going to tag King of Lightning. I want to see what King of Lightning is going to have to say. I feel like his whole crew would just be Eneru and Sanji, but who knows? Those are the 3 people I'm tagging. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like on this video. Please be sure to subscribe, because I do reviews of both the anime and the manga of One Piece every single week. And also, like I said earlier, leave a comment down below letting me know who would be on your pirate crew. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye!